Hey everybody, Arnaldo here, broadcasting from Fidelio's Frequency. Welcome to my channel. Brand new year, 2025. I thought it would be appropriate to start off the year with a brand new series on the channel. As you probably noticed from the title of the video and probably from the thumbnail, this series will be focusing on album covers of New York. More specifically, I'll try to bring you to the location where famous album covers were shot. And I'll give you a little bit of background about the location as well as the album cover. And to start off the series, one of my favorite album covers shot in New York City, that would be The Doors' second album called Strange Days. So why don't we just explore the location together? We'll take a walk down the streets of Murray Hill in Manhattan, and we'll explore together the location for Strange Days. So we are in Manhattan, Midtown Manhattan, and precisely we are on 36th Street in Murray Hill. And let's go take a look at the album cover that became famous in this location on 36th Street and precisely on Sniffen Court. So here we are inside Sniffen Court, and let's go take a look. So I hope you enjoyed the quite exclusive footage of Sniffen Court. I had to jump through quite a few hoops in order to gain access. It is not open to the public. You can't just walk into it. It is a private gated community. And now a little bit about Sniffen Court. Sniffen Court's located on East 36th Street in Manhattan in the neighborhood of Murray Hill, and specifically between Lexington Avenue and 3rd Avenue. And it occupies the street. The buildings occupy 150 through 158. What is Sniffen Court? As you probably saw, there is a plaque right in front of the gate on the side of one of the buildings, which indicates that it is a historical landmark. It was designated as such in 1966, and it's also called a mews. What are the mews? The mews are none other than an alleyway. It's an architectural feature, an alleyway which in this case has a dead end, lined on each side by two-story brick houses which are converted from previous stables. The name of Sniffen Court allegedly comes from John Sniffen, who supposedly designed these carriage houses between 1850 and 1860. He did not build them. They were actually built by three other gentlemen, James Smith, John Wiley, and Caleb Nivals, I believe. It still is a little unclear as to why it's called Sniffen Court, because yes, he did design the carriage houses, but the only reference to John Sniffen, according to my research, came up only in an article dated back to 1930 in the New York Sun. There are still a few features that remind us that these were previous stables or carriage houses. And on the location, you can still see at the entrance, in fact, of the gate, at the very top, there are two sculpted heads of horses, as well as all the way back where the alleyway ends, there are these two panels that depict horsemen, and they're none other than the front walls of the studio of the artist who created these two artistic panels. Her name was Malvina Hoffman, and she lived in Sniffen Court for 40 years. Just to give you an idea of how exclusive this location is, these houses rarely are up for sale. The last time that I believe, according to my research, that they were up for sale was back in 2008. 9 Sniffen Court sold for $4.75 million. That was almost 20 years ago, so who knows the value of some of these homes. All the buildings in Sniffen Court are private residences except for one. One is actually the home of the Murray Hill Comedy Club, also another very exclusive members-only comedy club and community. And now let's talk a little bit about the album cover, Strange Days by The Doors. The album was released in 1967. It is the second album by The Doors, and this is the only album cover not to feature the band members on the cover. Well, with a little caveat, we'll have to say that, because Jim Morrison, after the first album, declined to appear on the cover of the second album. But the photographer had the last word, because as you can see here, there is a poster plastered on the side of one of the buildings, a tour poster of the Doors. So both on the front cover, you could see that there is a small image of the Doors, as well as on the back cover, there is another image, the same image of the tour poster. Joel Brodsky is the photographer who took this beautiful picture. He was inspired by an Italian movie from 1954 by Federico Fellini called La Strada, which tells a story of the life of street performers. And the ironic thing is, apart from the two acrobats, no one else is a street performer. The strong man is really the doorman, or was the doorman at the Friars Club. The trumpet player was recruited from the street. He was a cab driver who was given $5 to participate in the photo shoot. The juggler is Joel Brodsky's assistant, Frank Collegi. And then you have two actors, twin actors, the two dwarves, the Mizaros brothers, in the front as well as in the back. And most people thought that it was the same one, but they're actually twin brothers. And then finally, we have the mysterious model, Zazel Lovin Wild, who supposedly was a friend of either the photographer or of the stylist. So there you have it, Strange Days, album cover by The Doors. I hope you enjoyed our walk through the streets of Manhattan. I hope you enjoyed the exclusive footage of Sniffen Court, along with all the trivia regarding Sniffen Court and the album photo shoot. If you did, please hit a like button. I always like your comments, like to hear your feedback. If you have additional questions and I may be able to answer them, I'll be more than happy to do so. Also, more importantly, don't forget to click that subscribe button. It helps the channel grow and it helps me make more videos for you. So that wraps it up for today. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. Bye.